All right, Shabbat Shalom, y'all. We're going to start on page 120 of your prayer books, and I'm inviting the Clift family up here to offer our Shabbat candles.
I've got the book. We've also got the prayer. You may say what you feel is
prior to lighting. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivonu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Thanks, you two. Shabbat Shalom. We now move over to page 128. Hine ma tovu manaim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manaim shevet achyot gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achiyot gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achiyot gam yachad. We now move to the Chadodi on page 138 of your prayer books. And this Shabbat, we'll be reciting paragraphs 1, 5, and 9. We arrive at paragraph 9. I invite you all to stand up and face the entrance as we greet the Shabbat bride. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabela. 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 Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Hishmiyanu el am yuchad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad, L'shem l'tiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, kiva ore kumi ori, uri, sher daberi, kavod Adonai alek negila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabela. Please rise. Boi v'shalom ateret ba'al, gam bismacha uvtzola, toch emunei am segula. Boi chala. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likra kala. P'nei Shabbat nekabela. You may be seated. Now move over to Shalom Alechem on page 142. Shalom Alechem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boechem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni l'shalom Malachei Hashalom Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seichem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Turn the page to 144. Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rabba B'ilmad yivrach yotev yamlik malchutei B'chayechon uvyomechon Uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael Bagala, bagala Uv'izman ka'ariv V'imaru, amen Yehei shmei rabba mevarach Le'alam ulam me'almaya Yitbarach Yitbarach v'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar v'yitpromam v'yitnasein V'yithadar v'yitalei v'yitalal Shemei Kudasha barichu Le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Da'al mi'oram be'alma V'imaru, amen. We turn to 146 and we rise together for the Baruch Hu. May be seated. We now move over to page 149. Let's read the English together on the top part of that page. Praise you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Wisdom sets the way in which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai hamariv aravim. Let's continue in the English on the top part of page 151 together. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mysteries beckon, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean to struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Moving to the Shema on page 152. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kivod Malachuto Leolam Va'ed. Please turn the page. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol avacha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meyodecha v'hayu hadevarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinartam levarnecha v'divartam ba'am v'shivtecha beveitecha Uvlecha hava derech, ushofbecha uvkumecha, ukshartam leyot al yadecha, v'hayulototafot beineinecha, uktavtam al mizuzo beitecha, uvisharecha. Lema'an tizkeru v'atzitem et chol mitzvotai, v'tem kiroshim leloechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotziti etchem meretz Mitzrayim Liot lachem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem. We now move over to Micha Mocha on page 158. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Mi chamocha ba'alim Adonai, mi kamocha ne'adar ba'kodesh, no ra tehilot osei efele, no ra tehilot osei efele. Lie, 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 lie. Let us read the English together on the top part of page 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts. May we lie down in peace and rise up waiting for you and your will. Baruch atah Adonai ha-pores sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Move over to page 162. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam barit olam. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam barit olam. B'nei Yovein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam barit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam barit olam. Ubayom hashvi'i, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, Lasot et ha-Shabbat, ledorotam berit olam. Now turn the page to 164, and I invite you all to stand with me for the Amidah. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufiyah tehilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufiyah tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elokei Avoteinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol v'Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zochei Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, Ulevi Geula Livnei B'neihem, L'man Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav Le'Yoshia, Morid HaTa'al, Mechalkel Chayim B'Chesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim. So lech noflim verofei cholim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato lishanei afar, michamocha ba'al gevurot, umidom elach, melech memit umechayem, u'matmir Yeshua, v'namanat alachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayei hakol. We will now continue silently until page 180. You may be seated whenever you like. Say shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'yakol Yisrael, ve'yakol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'yakol Yisrael, ve'yakol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. 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 Okay, some words of Torah. Daniel, would you mind closing the back door right there? Appreciate it. In this week's Torah portion, Adonai presents two paths for the Israelites, a blessing and a curse, as the book of Deuteronomy phrases it. The blessing is, of course, the Israelites following Adonai's commandments, and the curse is the Israelites not following Adonai's commandments. The book of Deuteronomy is not offering an obvious moral answer to the question, do I follow God's commandments, but instead planting a theological flag that the Israelites have choice. The book of Deuteronomy is a book about a people building a civilization. They've ended their nomadic period and now must open a new chapter of their identity, from a moving people to a stationary people. And to remain stationary is to be granted the opportunity to build an orderly society. And as the book of Deuteronomy painstakingly articulates, an orderly society needs lots and lots of rules. But civilizations, rules, being stationary, they don't matter if it's not a choice. The very act of leaving Egypt is an act of deliverance, an act of enslaved people becoming a free people. And it turns out a free people, as understood by the book of Deuteronomy, are also a free will people. However, the book of Deuteronomy understood that free will could be misinterpreted as permission for moral bankruptcy, and that morally compromised Israelites could take advantage of an orderly society. Thus, Adonai offers some moral obligations within the framework of free will in the forms of blessings and curses. And yet, the Israelites' moral obligation, and frankly our own modern Jewish moral obligations, are not the only framework preventing complete free will or even complete freedom in our Tanakh. The Israelites are not just highly encouraged to follow Adonai's commandments, but they're also the inheritors of Abraham's covenant. The Israelites are chosen, an Am Segulah, as Adonai calls it, which means a treasured people. They don't get to enjoy being anonymous while being chosen, unlike the Edomites, who are supported by Adonai, but with a lot less fanfare. It's almost as if Adonai's very act of choosing the Israelites took away some of their freedom. This covenant with Abraham, while mostly a good deal for the Israelites, contains some details that are difficult to muster. For example, the Israelites who are born into this covenant are now beholden to carry out Adonai's wishes, which, while mostly good, also includes compulsory wandering the desert for 40 years. This was not a choice for the Israelites. This isn't necessarily free will, maybe more like free-ish will. And perhaps this is the point that the book of Deuteronomy is making. that before this book, the Israelites did not actually have free will. Maybe they were not ready for it. After all, they complained profusely to Adonai during their wandering and actually requested to be slaves again in Egypt on numerous occasions. Thus, when we encounter the book of Deuteronomy, what we are seeing are a people who have grown up. They have earned new freedoms, including the freedom to choose whether they follow God's commandments. But this isn't a complete freedom, because the very act of being chosen by Adonai is a big deal. Being chosen seems to be the opposite of being anonymous. Chosenness comes with notoriety. One thing that the Israelites cannot choose to do is to become anonymous. And ain't that also the truth for today? Whether famous or infamous, the Jewish people have never been an anonymous people. We're always known for something. It is one of my career goals that we are known for a people who love justice and practice tikkun olam, repairing the world, that we are the first monotheists, that we are considered a caring, compassionate, and thoughtful people. Unfortunately, this has not been the case for our people throughout history. From ancient Egypt up to Soviet Russia to today, we've had sinister and a menacing reputation among many. We have been considered rebellious slaves, illegal aliens, barbarians, children of Satan, infidel, subhuman, vermin, horned for some reason, and my personal favorite, operators of space lasers. Thanks for the sound effect. Sound effects are necessary. This seems to be the price of chosenness. We have a reputation that is beyond our control. Adonai prepared us for what would happen if we did not follow God's commandments, a lot of curses, and yet, as a people, we've been mostly following the commandments. Following them still seems to be like a curse. And I know what I just said sounds pessimistic, but honestly, it's also a bit inspiring. The whole Tanakh is more than just a book about the relationship between the Israelites and Adonai. It is also an account of the Israelites and later the Jewish people growing up. When we left Egypt, we were infants. And over multiple millennia of existence, we've grown up to become accountable and reliable adults. The older we become, the more freedoms and responsibilities we acquired. A long time ago, our ancestors acquired the freedom to no longer be Jewish. Today, we still have the freedom to simply not be Jewish. And yet, when it comes to both Jews by birth and Jews by choice, we have some of the highest retention rates among all other religions. Once a person identifies as Jewish, they usually stay that way for the rest of their lives. Thus, if our infamous reputation had made it feel like Judaism is a cursed religion, it has not affected our existence. We have suffered dearly since chosen by Adonai, and yet that suffering has not changed our minds about who we are. And that's freedom. Huge forces almost beyond our comprehension have coerced us to give up our religion, to change our identity, and our reply has always been no. Because free will is making a choice that continues to be made in the face of adversity. Empires, nations, institutions can scrutinize our choice all they want, and yet we still choose to follow the path of blessing. The path Adonai presented to us all the way back in the book of Deuteronomy from our very infancy, a path we are still committed to today. Thank you. Don't have to clap. All right, moving on to Misha Berach on page 371 of your prayer books. I wish we had more of that. Yeah. I would be into that. Yeah. Okay, in our own community, we're thinking about these people who are in need of healing. Ross Rumack, Frank Erwiskin, Haley Goodstein, Bob Goodstein, Alex Bortnick, Anita Gibbs, Louis Spees, Daphne Westron, Randy Elledge, Micah Purdy, Susan Mermelstein, Ann Picard, and Charity Petrov. If there's anybody who you are thinking of, please feel free to say their names out loud or in your hearts. Misheberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We now move to the Elenu, which you can find on page 587 of your prayer books. When you arrive there, I invite you to stand with me. 587. I feel like you don't believe me. It is on 580. I'm pretty confident it's on 587.
Well, it's on both 586 and 587. Which version are you using?
The one on 587. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Love each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech. May we never lift up our hand but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity, and cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai l'melech ad kol ha'aretz v'yom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. We now turn to the Mourner's Kosh on page 598 of your prayer books. And in our own community, we're thinking about these yard sites this week: Dolores Orkeo, Larry Druxman, Rhea Dushman, Isadora Friedman, Louis Jacobs, Harriet Keel, Irving Lesky, Glenn Silton, and Emma Spees. If there's someone who you were thinking about, please feel free to say their names out loud in your hearts. The memories be for a blessing. Yit Kedal Yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah Bi'alma Divra Chayotei V'yamlik Malchutei B'chayechon U'v'yamechon U'v'chayirachol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala U'v'zman Kari V'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevarak Le'olam U'lomei Almaya Yit Barak V'yishtabak V'yit Pa'ar V'yit Bramam V'yit Naseh V'yit Tadar V'yit Tolei V'yit Tolal Shemei Kudusha Barichu Le'elah Min Kol Birchatav Shirata Tushbechata V'nechamata Da'amiran Be'alma V'imru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabbah Min Shemaya L'chayim Aleni Ve'akol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'imromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleni Ve'akol Yisrael V'imru Amen. May the one who creates harmony and high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say Amen. All right, you may be seated. I've got announcements for you all. Let's see, open up the announcements page. Okay, so just you're all invited to join us for Oneg right after this. right there in the multi-purpose room. And then tomorrow morning we will have services at 10:30 with a tech study included. And also we also have morning minions on Wednesday morning at 8:30 in our Zoom room, and then Thursday mornings at 8:30 right here in our building, and then we go and enjoy kava pancakes afterwards. And then religious school, that's going to start up. We're going to have our sign-up day on October 8th. So that's our first day of religious school. It's just registration, though, for that day. So that's exciting. And high holidays are right around the corner. So yes, we're getting ready for those. Elul is also pretty close by, too, the new month of Elul, so that's going to be exciting as well. Yeah, I think those are all the announcements I can think of. Anyone else have any other announcements? Okay. Let's move into our closing melody on page 647. Very bottom of that page. Ozi vazimrat ya vayahi li lishua. 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 Shabbat shalom.